hello, you guys. How are you all? Thank you guys for being here. So I know that, the trials are going on and stuff like that. So many people that are usually here are probably going to be watching that. But it was really the only time that I could talk about this case, and I really want to talk about it. So that's what we're going to do. Thank you guys for being here, the ones that are here. Let me say hello to you, and then we're going to get right into it. I'm going to warn you now, though, it is hard. This is a tough one to listen to. I'm really surprised that haven't really seen it anywhere else. And then if I have time at the end, there's a second case that I wanted to talk to you guys about that has blown my mind, with this young mom who is being investigated for a murder when her child, the ME says, passed from natural causes. So if we have time, we'll get into that. If not, it might be another live that we talk about on another day. So let me say hello to you guys. Hey, Dave G. Hey, Sammy. Thank you. Hey, Wolfie. Nadie and Dave G. It rhymes. Hey, Riley. Hey, Stacy Bobasi. Selena. Nanine. Bo. Thank you guys for being here. Hey, Tony. Oh, and one other thing I wanted to tell you. Hey, Ange. So I'm doing a Mother's Day giveaway for the members on this channel. You don't have to be a mother to enter. You don't even have to be a woman. It's just maybe somebody wants to give it to their mom. I don't know. But I meant to bring this stuff over here because I'm at my mom's house, but I forgot. Hey, Melissa. Hey, Tess. So hey, Adrian, I will show you guys next time. But I'm so excited because I've got some of Nay's wax melts, and I'm going to get, if you don't have a wax melter, there's one that I'm getting that I want to put in there. I've got this notebook that says something like the best moms use curse words or something, a coloring book, these naturally scented coloring pencils that are scented with essential oils, some makeup, all kinds of good stuff. So definitely go over to that post that's on the members wall and leave a comment, and that's all you have to do. Okay, so that is everything. Hey, Deb. You don't even have to be a mother or a woman. I mean, but I saw your post, but pass because I'm only a fur mom. No, you need to leave a comment on there. You're still a mom. But even if you're not, it's okay. It's just, in case you are. Whoa. There. I don't know if my picture is showing for you guys there, but okay. So let me go ahead. I'm going to start with an article that kind of describes the case. Then we're going to watch the press conference, and yeah, that's kind of how we're going to do it. So let me start with this one. Okay. One second. Okay. Oh, Sammy, thank you for joining. You're welcome, Bo. Yeah, definitely. Saw this on the local news. Okay, so you're in PA. I was saying, I'm surprised I have not seen this anywhere. Hey, Katie Rose. It hurts my heart too. This is absolutely horrific, but let's go ahead and get into it. Chester County couple tortured and killed a 12-year-old girl, shackling her to furniture and denying her food. So Malinda Hoagland and Cindy Warren, they're a couple. They are accused of isolating Rindy's 12-year-old daughter from the outside world, keeping her out of school and torturing her and denying her food until she passed away. Whoa. My computer's being a little funky. So Malinda, 12 years old, is Rindel's daughter. Cindy has an 8-year-old son who was well taken care of. He was absolutely fine. And that just blew my mind. I don't know if it's going to be in the article because it was on a YouTube video from the local news that I saw. And I've got 7 articles. I was trying to choose which one we were going to look at. So I thought that was just so interesting and horrific. So here's 12-year-old Malinda. She was 12 years old and only 50 pounds when she passed away on May the 4th, I believe. Let's see. A West County couple who police say tortured and starved the man's 12-year-old daughter during months of abuse that ultimately led to her death were charged with attempted murder Tuesday. It has been correct. There was a correction at the bottom, by the way. They have been charged with murder. Rendell and his girlfriend, Cindy, chained Malinda to an air hockey table and other furniture and forced her to perform hours of calisthenics as a form of punishment. According to the affidavit of probable cause for their arrest, the couple also withheld food from the girl, keeping their pantry padlocked, police say. The couple were also charged with kidnapping, aggravated assault, and related crimes. They remained in custody Tuesday on a $1 million bail. There was no indication that either had hired an attorney. Malinda was broken and just barely alive when medics called by her father arrived at the couple's home on Saturday, according to Chester County DA Chris DeBrenna. I don't know how to say his name, according to the DA, who we're going to hear in a press conference. They subjected her to evil and torment that no child should ever have to endure, and they did it for months, he said. The prosecutor said that the investigation was continuing and that additional charges, including murder, may be filed, which they have been. Let me show you the correction at the bottom. This is a little confusing. Is it on this one? I think it might be on the other one we're looking at because they're all kind of, it's a little jumbled up as far as that goes. But Malinda weighed just 50 pounds when she was pronounced dead hours later by doctors at Paoli Hospital. She had cuts and bruises on her head and chest, as well as at least 6 broken bones and significant damage to her liver. Doctors believe those injuries were the result of sustained child abuse and neglect, saying her injuries should not occur in this country, according to the affidavit. Now, we're going to get into this, but they call police and say she wrecked her bicycle into a tree and it knocked her unconscious, and that's what happened. That is what they just absolutely unbelievable. Hey, Teacup. Hey, Butterfly Kisses. Hey, you guys coming in. I know it's awful. Hey, Kathy. Hey, Anna Melodies. Let me go to this just for a second and look for this correction. Correction. This story has been updated to clarify the criminal charges Hoagland and Warren faced upon their initial arrest. The most serious charge is attempted criminal homicide. Let me see. I'm going to have to get the arrest affidavit, but we're going to listen to the press conference because I am a little bit confused on what exactly they've been charged with. Okay, so let's keep going, though. Hoagland and Warren told detectives she sustained all of her injuries after falling off her mountain bike and getting accidentally struck by another child on a water slide at a camping resort in Quarryville. When asked about the girl's severe emaciation, Hoagland said she had been losing weight steadily over the last 2 months and that they plan to see a doctor in the Pocono Mountains in the coming weeks. Detectives discovered more than 100 videos recorded by the couple's security system that depicted them verbally and physically abusing the girl between January and May. The affidavit said, yeah, we got to get our hands on the affidavit. But let me say also, so this little girl, they took her out of school, put her on cyber school, and had her chained down where you could. So she was on camera on cyber school like this, but they had her chained, below the camera where you couldn't see. Tess, I believe it was May the 4th, but let me double check that. They said charges could be upgraded per news channel. I saw that yesterday. Thank you, Deb. Hey, Danielle. I know, Melissa. It's absolutely freaking horrific. I think it was May 4th, Tess. I saw that in another article, but I've got so many different articles I'm looking at. I don't know which one that it was, but let me continue. So they also found Warren had deleted all of her texts with Hoagland, so the stepmom or dad's girlfriend with dad, before he made the initial 911 call about his daughter. Some of those were later recovered by detectives and included conversations between the two discussing Malinda's worsening condition. In one conversation, shortly before Hoagland called 911, Warren tells him to run the girl to the hospital himself instead, the affidavit said. Later, in a statement to detectives, Hoagland said he had pulled Malinda out of North Brandywine Middle School in January after learning she had been selling snacks to her classmates. Since then, the girl had been attending a cyber charter school taking classes online. However, the DA said Tuesday that Malinda, quote, had incredibly limited access to the outside world the moment she was pulled out of school, unquote. And he said they believe her abuse at the couple's hands began not long after. Some of the video footage pulled from the home surveillance cameras showed Malinda being taunted by her father and Miller, forced to do squats, march in place, hold her hands above her head, and perform other exercises for hours while chained by her ankle to furniture. In other clips, the girl is seen being forced to sleep on the floor, still chained without a blanket or a pillow. They tell the girl not to expect to be fed breakfast, lunch, or dinner, according to the affidavit. The DA says, this is not an easy case. There is assuredly a lot more work to do, but together we will get justice. Court records show Warren, so dad's girlfriend, pled guilty to endangering the welfare of a child in 2009. In that case, her ex-husband beat their son, who was 3 years old, according to a report in the Pocono Record. Warren was sentenced to 3 to 7 years in prison and was released after 3 years. Her ex-husband also pled guilty to killing his 2-year-old daughter from a previous relationship and is currently serving 25 to 50-year sentence. So this is not a new thing for this woman. The last man she was with did the same thing to his children. Is that not unbelievable? I'm just sick over this. These people are fucking disgusting. Let's look here for just a second. Uh-oh. This was what they hyperlinked in that, and I actually didn't look at it earlier. Child killer's wife sentenced for endangering a child's welfare. This article is from 2009. Cindy Warren of East Stroudsburg was sentenced Wednesday to 3 to 7 years in a state prison after pleading guilty to endangering the welfare of her son, Isaiah, now 5. A concerned neighbor's phone call led police in January to discover Isaiah had been physically abused by his father, McKinley Warren Jr. Warren, in December, pled guilty to both abusing the boy and causing a head injury that led to the December 2000 death of his daughter, Jessica Bach, who was Isaiah's half-sister. Oh my God almighty. Warren was sentenced to 25 to 50 years in state prison for both crimes. On Wednesday, Cindy's friends and brother asked the court to show leniency. They described Warren as a kind, loving, fun mother who herself was also abused by this controlling husband, and no one would help. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. How do you feel now? You begged for leniency and she gets out, and look what she takes place in. And how are you, excuse me, your picker? I've heard of people that can't pick good people, but your pickers are broken. I'm starting to believe, is it her? Unless you've walked in Cindy's shoes, they said. Oh, Lord have mercy. Come on, let me get this. Unless you've walked in Cindy's shoes, you can never understand what she's been through, her friend said. 3 times she was denied a protection from abuse order for herself and her children. Whenever she called police to her home, she would always be the one who ended up being taken away in handcuffs. He knew how to twist the truth. The day she lost her children is the day her sentence started. Now, remember, I said she also has, I saw this on the local news. I don't think it's in any of the articles that we have, but she also has an 8-year-old son who lived in the home with Malinda and was very well taken care of. Okay, so let's go ahead and go over to this. We're going to listen to the DA give their press conference, and then we'll see what else we can find. Hey, Mr. Tomato Head. Yeah, it is crazy. This, oh God. Mr. Tomato Head, you know what? You have just grown on me so much, and I gotta say, I appreciate the hell out of you. Mr. Tomato Head has been here for a long time, but, always kind of pushing back on my opinions and things that I would say. And honestly, you were right. A lot of it with old cases, but I just appreciate that so much. I appreciate all you guys. If you pick 2 people that awful, maybe it's a you problem. Yeah, that's the day her children's sentence ended. Poor her. Unbelievable. Okay, let's see here.
Good afternoon. Today, it's my somber
Hey,
duty to
Bendy.
discuss the death of 12-year-old Malinda Hoagland. We are here to announce that we've arrested Malinda's biological father, Rendell Hoagland, and his girlfriend, Cindy Warren, on charges of attempted homicide, aggravated assault of a child, kidnapping, and other related charges. As always in our
Okay,
justice
Nay.
system, these
Thank you.
defendants are innocent until proven guilty. And what I'm going to be talking about today is going to be difficult to hear, and I may struggle to get some of the facts about this case out. So I ask that you please bear with me. On Saturday, May 4th, the West County Police Department and the Westwood EMS responded to a 911 call from Rendell Hoagland, who reported that Malinda was unconscious and non-responsive. Shockingly, they found a 12-year-old girl who was broken and barely alive.
Let me get the closed captioning on because the audio is not super loud. You may want to put headphones in so you can really hear. I'm going to stay muted so that we can listen, but yeah. Hey, hippie chick. Hey, Bendy. I don't know if I got to say hi. I meant to, but let's see. Aw, no, you've grown on me. You're always super nice, but seeing you self-reflect and grow has really been amazing. Aw, thank you. I appreciate that so much. Okay. Sorry, you guys. I'll keep listening.
Our investigation revealed that Rendell Hoagland and Cindy Warren subjected Malinda to evil and torment that no child should ever have to endure, and they did it for months. After the 911 call, Malinda was whisked away to Paoli Trauma Center, and she was given top flight medical treatment. But it was not enough. Doctors found a child that was emaciated. She weighed 50 pounds. She was covered in bruises. She had a half dozen broken bones at least.
I just want to pause for a second. Jen, yeah, this is a recent case. Actually, Neat Noodle sent it to me. She can't be here today. But it's horrific. It's absolutely horrific. 12 years old and 50 pounds. My 8-year-old weighs like 80, 90 pounds. And yeah, he's a big boy, but even, yeah, I don't know. That is just so tiny.
Her organs were failing. And ultimately, she died while she was being treated at the hospital.
So small, Tess.
Our investigation began as soon as the 911 call ended. Police slowly learned that Malinda had been pulled out of middle school in late November and early December and shifted to an online cyber school. They reviewed cell phones used by Rendell Hoagland and Cindy Warren as part of the investigation. They noted that Cindy Warren had deleted a number of her text messages with Rendell. They found dozens and dozens of videos stored on both phones from the defendant's in-home camera system that also had speakers attached to those cameras. Those videos showed that Malinda was ankle cuffed to furniture and verbally berated by the defendants through that in-camera speaker system. The videos showed they would punish her by demanding strenuous physical exercise, such as squats and running in place while she was still shackled.
I'm sorry, you guys, but I've heard this before, and it's not easy at all the second time either. This is just horrific, but I can't stop thinking about this woman has prior charges from 2009 of very similar stuff with a different man. I mean, that, and also, it's really sad to say, but if her life was like that, at least she's free and out of pain and not being tormented. Can you imagine being 12 years old and being treated like that? You're already especially especially as like a little girl, not all little girls, of course, but you're already so timid, and it's at a place where you don't know who you are. You're vulnerable. You're just, I don't know.
It
Awful.
showed that she would be punished for perceived slights by being denied food, sometimes for days. And these videos started months ago. The punishments were seemingly systematic. Based on this and other evidence, we decided to charge the defendants with attempted murder. They were arrested last night. Their bail was set this morning at $1 million cash. We are awaiting a variety of medical-related reviews and reports to be concluded, at which point we will decide whether to charge the defendants with murder of Malinda. These reports can take weeks to obtain, and we'll determine whether those charges are warranted when we have a chance to thoroughly review all the evidence. And because it's an ongoing investigation with respect to those potential charges, I'm not going to be taking any hypothetical questions.
Mr. Tomato Head says, surely the school saw signs of abuse before she was withdrawn. As a matter of fact, they did. And let me try to find that article, because in the other article another article that I have, they kind of get into that. So while this is playing, I'll look for it.
About murder today. But in the following days and weeks, everyone is going to ask, how could this happen to a 12-year-old in America? I don't have the answer right now, but what I can say immediately is that Malinda seemingly had limited access, incredibly limited access to the outside world from the moment that she was pulled from school.
Perfect place to pause for just a second to show you. So I found it, the one that I was reading earlier. So here it says, Malinda Hoagland was a student at the Coatesville Area School District from spring 2022 through December 2023. This is what they said. The superintendent said, our staff diligently reported concerns about her welfare to the state agency that receives and manages concerns. Shortly thereafter, she was withdrawn from our schools. This news shakes our entire school community, and we are deeply saddened by upset by the horrific details of the abuse this child suffered. So they definitely did report it, and that's kind of potentially what led to her being withdrawn. If a child is removed from school, I think there should be regular check-ins. Hey, Sparkle says, hi, glad you're talking about this. It's local to me and all over my local Facebook groups. Well, I was surprised I hadn't seen it anywhere. And I'm aware the trials are happening, which I was watching some earlier with Karen Reed, the homeowner was on the stand, the Albert, what's her name, the woman, and it was kind of interesting, but this was really the only opportunity I had, so I figured I might as well. I do not know where her biological mom is, Deb. No, I'm curious, but no.
And what I can also say is that on Saturday night, when police and first responders truly encountered Malinda,
So I think it was May 4th.
They did everything in their power to save her. I wish that the 911 call happened soon. It's very clear that everyone rang every alarm in every direction to make sure that she was taken to the best place and that the best investigation could happen in an attempt to make sure she could be safe if she could be saved. So if there's something to take from this right now, it's that if you have concerns about the safety of a child, even of a child that you hardly know, say something.
Yeah, May 4th, Saturday, May the 4th.
Call
Hey, Carol.
Childline at 1-800-932-0313. Childline reports can be even anonymous when you file them correctly. And if you think you have information about Malinda's case, please contact the Chester County detectives immediately at 610-344-6866.
I would be very interested to watch this DA in trial. I think that he could do a pretty powerful presentation.
I want to end by saying a couple more things.
Hey, Melly
First,
Lynn.
Melinda's family has provided us with a photograph of her from when she was younger. That just came in recently. We're going to email that to you, folks. Please consider using that in your visuals going forward. And I would be also remiss in not thanking all of our law enforcement partners in this case. I want to thank Chief Martinez from the West County Police Department, who's here to the left.
Unbelievable.
Pennsylvania State Police Troop J, who helped in a variety of different ways in multiple counties. I want to thank the West Brandywine Police Department, Willistown Township Police Department, South Coatesville Borough Police, Coatesville City Police, and other departments I'm sure I'm failing to recognize for their immediate and unquestioning assistance when we called asking for even small favors. And I want to thank the members of my office, essentially my entire team of county detectives and first assistant district attorney, give us an idea of what Malinda was truly facing. This is not an easy case. There is assuredly a lot more work to do. But together we will get justice for Malinda. Our thoughts and our prayers are with her and her family. I'll now open it up to your questions.
Were there other children in the home? Were there other children in the home?
There's a 9-year-old child in the home that is Cindy Warren's biological child. He appears to have been very well treated and unharmed.
So I thought it was 8, and I do have that news video that I watched that mentioned him. The other child in the home, 9 years old, is very well taken care of. That just infuriates the hell out of me. And this baby had to watch that, and Hey, Queen Bella, Cray Cray says average weight for a 12-year-old girl is 92 pounds. Well, she was 50 pounds, and to the point that she was so mistreated, her organs were failing. She had at least half a dozen broken bones, and her liver was shutting down. That was, the main organ that I've seen mentioned. What kind of sick freaks get pleasure out of that? I just... Prior history.
So I am ethically constrained from answering questions about people's criminal histories in these press conferences. You can consult the materials and make a determination on your guys.
Which we know she does.
Sorry, her biological mother is elsewhere in Pennsylvania.
Oh, there we go.
Her father and Cindy pulled her out of school is the best of our understanding currently. I know these two have been patiently trying to chime in. So
do you believe the abuse was occurring before she was pulled out of school, or the abuse started after that?
We're still working on a timeline. We have a lot of
it's so hard to hear this. We're going to switch over to this local news video from right after the press conference that kind of goes through some of the things he talked about.
The details surrounding the death of this 12-year-old girl are just disturbing here at 5 o'clock. The Chester County District Attorney says it was all at the hands of her own father and his girlfriend, Jason Martinez.
And the investigation started over the weekend, but Kelly, by then, it was too late.
Yeah, sadly it was. So investigators believe this abuse happened.
So I want to know more about these reports to the state agency. Only because every single case we talk about, there's, it just lights a freaking fire inside of me. 90% of the cases that we discuss, Child Services has been contacted and warned. And it happened in this one too. And the school warned them. And then after they contact Child Services, they yanked her out of school. If that's not 1,000 red flags, I don't know what is. Where are you at, CPS?
past several months since the 12-year-old girl was pulled out of school to be homeschooled at the beginning of the year. Now, their investigation just started on Saturday night, so they are still waiting on and pouring through dozens of evidence, including a ton of videos from the home, very disturbing videos from the home. Again, we want to warn you, these details are difficult to hear.
Okay, so just a moment. First thing, this picture, I do believe she was younger, the way that I understand it. And that's the picture he was asking the news to use going forward. So that's why she might look a little younger. Also, biological mom, we just heard that she's somewhere in Pennsylvania. I don't know anything about that. It didn't even honestly register to me. I just found the case, I think, yesterday morning. Nate sent it to me. And then I had a busy day yesterday, so I couldn't talk about it yesterday. And then, that's kind of why we're here now. But I will look because I want to get this arrest affidavit, and I want to know more about the previous case where Miss Warren spent time in prison for another child of a man she was with, who one that lost their life and one that was just, also severely abused. So this won't be the only live that we'll do on it.
I think we've all asked us over the past few days, like when the last time Malinda was ever loved.
Uh-oh.
The Chester County District Attorney's Office provided this picture of 12-year-old Malinda Hoagland.
See.
Investigators say she died Saturday night after months of torture by her biological father and father's girlfriend.
Malinda Hoagland and Cindy Warren subjected Malinda.
They certainly aren't missing any meals, are they? Let's get a look at them again.
Her biological father and father's girlfriend.
Disgusting.
Malinda Hoagland and Cindy Warren subjected Malinda to evil and torment that no child should ever have to endure.
Randall Hoagland called 911 around 7:30 Saturday, saying his daughter was unconscious at their home on Reed Road in West Count Township. Malinda was rushed to the hospital but did not survive. Documents say Hoagland told police that his daughter was injured on a water slide and while riding her mountain bike during a weekend camping trip at Yogi Bear's Jellystone Camp Resort in Quarryville.
Doctors found a child that was emaciated. She weighed 50 pounds. She was covered in bruises. Had a half dozen broken bones at least. Her organs were failing.
Investigators say Malinda was pulled out of North Brandywine Middle School and shifted to online cyber school in January of this year. And a search found dozens of videos recorded after from Hoagland's in-home camera system, where investigators say the couple shackled Malinda to furniture and verbally berated her through a speaker system for hours.
Hey,
The
Kimberly.
video showed that they would
I am
punish
Kimberly.
her by demanding strenuous physical exercise, such as squat and running in place while she was.
So they're keeping food from her and making her exercise. Then you see them. I'm sorry, that just disgusts me. You need to exercise, you sick freak.
She would be punished for perceived slights by being denied food,
Withholding food as
sometimes for
punishment.
days.
Just wanted to see if you had any comment.
I don't.
A person
wow.
that answered the door at Hoagland's home went to comment.
Okay, when I
Documents say-
listened to this earlier, I was doing my makeup, so I wasn't watching. And actually, let me go back to that.
Sometimes for days.
Just wanted to see if you had any comment.
I don't.
A person that answered the door at Hoagland's home did not want to comment. Documents say Warren has a prior conviction for endangering the welfare of a child in Monroe County related to her son and the beating death of a 2-year-old child in her care. Documents say Malinda last attended school on November 30th, 2023, with unexcused or illegal absences all December. But the DA says she showed up on camera for cyber school, shackled out of camera view, raising no red flags.
Shackled out of camera view.
And the DA says part of their investigation will continue to include talking with the school about potential warning signs. Investigators also say Warren's 9-year-old biological son also lived in the home but appeared to be well taken care of. Obviously, he is not in her custody at this time.
I mean, how fucking sick. Excuse my language, but I'm just sick. Allie, it's because that would be the worst punishment they can fathom, is to be forced to not eat and exercise. Riley, oh God, you're probably right. And that is just it. So we're going to be, keeping up with this. Kimberly says, feel like when children are taken out of school to do homeschooling, someone should be checking in on them for a time period, especially when they're taken out of school to do homeschooling after the school reports to the state agency, because the way it was worded, they reported to the state agency. Let me get that article back up really quick. And then I want to talk to you for a second. There's a case I want to dig into with you guys. I've only seen one video on it. Oh, also, Kiara Jones, the lady that I was posting about that was beating up nonverbal kids for fun and was caught on camera. Law and Crime, I saw last night in the middle of the night, they put a video out about her, so her face is at least getting out, because I felt so good about that. I'm sorry, but that woman is walking around free, and she's not even facing like first-degree assault. Her charges, she's likely going to not even get any time for it, and it's disgusting. So I want more people to pay attention to that. Every case, look, I'm happy that Sebastian has gotten the attention he's gotten, that, Idaho gets the attention it gets, whatever. But it's so unfortunate that there are so many that need it that don't get it. Hey, Roxanne, you can't really take care of the one kid while torturing the other. I know. It's disgusting. It is absolutely disgusting. Good. Everyone should know who that monster is. That's exactly where I am. Okay, so if we look in this article, again, it says, police slowly learned that Malinda had been pulled out of middle school in late November, early December, shifted to an online cyber school. She was virtually showing up on camera based on some of the videos they reviewed. These videos the parents deleted before they called 911, but she was shackled below from where the camera is. They found dozens of videos that show her ankle cuffed to furniture, verbally berated. Let's see. We know the squats, running in place. Malinda was a student at the Coatesville Area School District from spring 2022 to December 2023, so like a year and a half. And they said, our staff diligently reported concerns about her welfare to the state agency that receives and manages concerns. Shortly thereafter, she was withdrawn from our schools. This news shakes our entire school community, and we are deeply saddened and upset by the horrific details of the abuse this child suffered. So where are you, CPS? I'm sorry, but people need to be demanding that. I am so sick of us talking about cases and seeing that, even Harmony, that we just talked about. Almost every case. It's very concerning, because it's like 90% of it. Woo! Hold on. The table I'm sitting at just broke. Okay, sorry about that, you guys. This reminds me of that dad and the stepmother who beat and tortured his son while caring for his little brother. Hey, Amber. Roxanne, thank you. Okay, now I wanted to show you guys this case really quick, because I've only seen this one video, but this was kind of crazy. So this woman is being investigated for murder of her child. Okay, middle of the night, the child, she goes to check on him. He's face down and cold. He had a seizure from his fever and passed away. Medical examiners have ruled it to be a natural death, but she has lost her other kids, and the police are still investigating her for murder, even though the ME says it was natural causes. And I want to show you this to you guys, because I cannot believe this. So mad you're throwing stuff, Allie. I actually would understand. Yeah, I do tend to do that, but that's not what happened this time. Hey, Shay. Shay, don't play, Benet. Okay, listen to this, you guys. This is absolutely shocking.
Our top story, an all-new at 6:30 in Arizona. Family investigates special report. A Valley mother is fighting tonight to clear her name.
She claims police are making her out to be a baby killer after her toddler died in the middle of the night. An investigative report, Morgan Lowe, shows us the evidence that says she is innocent.
Unbelievable, you guys.
I don't know what else I can do.
Hey,
prove my innocence. It's just been literal agony.
Cheyenne Benthin's world unraveled one night last July, the night she lost her toddler.
He loved to give hugs. He loved affection. He loved to hold hands.
Cheyenne says she put him to bed just like any other night.
There was nothing out of the ordinary. About midnight, I woke up to use the restroom, turn the thermostat down. I asked him, he was face down, and I touched his leg. I felt how cold it was. And I immediately turned it over. He was purple.
Oh my God, that is the worst fear of a mom. When you are a mom and a new mom, at least I did. I nonstop was checking on them while they were asleep, making sure they were breathing. I had this fear, which when I was pregnant, my cousin, who now has passed away the last fall, I can't even say that. She lost her 4-month-old baby to SIDS while I was pregnant, and it scared the hell out of me. This is a mom's worst fear. And then because of this, to lose your other kids, wait till you guys see. This is just so absolutely insane. Hey, Chicken Shite. Nanine, thank you for gifting 5 memberships. Thank you so much, and welcome, you guys. And if you got one, go leave a comment under the giveaway post for the Mother's Day giveaway. I can't wait to show you guys what else in there. The lighter took out the table. Let's see. This makes me twitchy. I'm so mad. I know. Yes, I never slept. Yes, because it's so scary. Like, I don't know. They lay there so calm and they sleep so quiet sometimes. It's scary. I used to check if Jacob was breathing so many times a night. I did the same thing. All right, listen to this, you guys. This is just horrible.
Not breathing.
I want to dig into it more.
He was not my son.
Oh, man.
First responders pronounced Heston dead at the scene. And while Cheyenne was beginning to process what just happened, another nightmare began.
You at any time right after this, the investigators were looking at you as potentially in your
Definitely. My fiance interrogated for 5 hours.
Did she ask you, did you kill your son?
Yes. She and her partner. She said that someone will be going to prison over this.
With days, Cheyenne lost custody of a 4-year-old daughter. The girl's father, who was not the primary caretaker, filed an emergency motion in family court. The judge wrote, "Father testified that the investigating detective told him that the autopsy showed that the child's sibling had a significant amount of bruising on him."
So the detective, she has a 4-year-old with another guy, right? Or with the guy that she's not with. The detective tells him that the child who passed away had a significant amount of bruising. I don't even think that's true. Now, when you hear the end of the video, she lost her child over that. And the court is refusing to even talk about giving her any time with the kid back until the police are done investigating her for murder. Even though the ME has come out and said it was natural causes, which you're about to hear. This is a nightmare. All of the things we've talked about today are real life fucking nightmares.
Accused of murdering her and her time with her daughter reduced to just 2 hours of supervised visitation every other week. Finally, in October, the Maricopa County Medical Examiner released the autopsy report. It states cause of death, probable febrile seizure in the setting of acute respiratory viral illness. Manner of death, natural.
He essentially had the flu and he had a seizure due to his.
Okay, so you guys heard that. Natural causes, febrile seizures because of a virus that he had.
Fever spiking.
The report goes on to state it should be noted that law enforcement had significant concern for foul play early in the investigation of this death.
So in the autopsy, it says law enforcement had significant concern of foul play early on in the investigation of this death. I want to know, what is up with these police? Are they...
But Heston had no injuries suggestive of ongoing abuse or being
So are
battered.
the bruises a lie?
No findings in this case are suggestive of foul play.
No findings in this case are suggestive of foul play. He had no injuries. Now, remember, detective tells baby daddy there was a lot of bruising, and that's how he ended up getting the 4-year-old girl. This is
Did you
infuriating.
expect at that point that the police were going to say, okay, we're closing this case?
Yeah, I anticipated that this would be done. It was everything, the answer everybody was looking for.
I know, Riley, my
of
kids
what
are always
happened.
rough.
What was the reality of what happened?
I still don't have my daughter. This case is not closed.
8 months after baby Heston's death, despite the medical examiner's report, Gilbert police tell us the investigation is ongoing.
What's the holdup?
We're not sure what the holdup is.
Jessica Hernandez is Cheyenne's attorney. She says the family court judge refuses to revisit custody of the daughter until Gilbert police close the case.
And look at this picture with mom and her daughter. Oh my God. It is so sad. And these are times that you won't get back. These kids grow so fast. This is so wrong. I'm sorry. I think people should be speaking up for this young lady the way they do for Karen Reed. You know what I mean? Because we see here from the autopsy report that it wasn't abuse. It wasn't murder.
Family court has set up what seems to me a standard that we just can't meet.
Gilbert police do not answer any of our specific questions about this investigation or when it would wrap up. But in the time since the medical examiner's report was released, a different situation involving children and violence made headlines and used considerable resources from Gilbert police over the past 6 months. We found a detective who was investigating baby Heston's case was pulled into the Gilbert Goons investigation.
Has that resulted in any other cases falling by the wayside or not being closed out as quickly as you would like?
I know, chicken.
Obviously, as you have an influx of different cases, it does create an impact on your department, but not at the sake of another case. It's not untypical for a detective to have 10 to 15 cases at any time that's constantly working.
Last month, Cheyenne filed a notice of claim against the town of Gilbert, accusing the police department of interfering in a relationship with her daughter and conducting an unlawful criminal investigation without basis.
Cheyenne's a victim in this case.
She absolutely is. So anyways, that's all. I just wanted to show that to you guys. That just blew me away. I really want to dig into that a little deeper and just try to do some kind of videos for it. I mean, to me, it's a situation that looks like it needs awareness, you know? Oh my God, you guys. Anyways, I do have some other things I want to talk about. I might try to come back after the trials are over because I know so many of you people that are here with us usually are watching these trials. And I wasn't able to come on yesterday because I had so much to do. I had to take Rambo to the vet, you guys. Oh my God, it was so pitiful. It was so cute though today. So he's, he goes outside to pee and he doesn't have a leash or anything. But when we go to the vet, he obviously has to have a leash. This morning, I took him outside to pee, but I had to put him on a leash for a minute because my parents were leaving and I didn't want him to get hit when they were backing out. So when I'll bring him outside, attach his leash to the collar, and he just sits down at the door and starts like trembling, shaking, and giving me the meanest but saddest look. It's like he thought he was going back to the doctor. He would not come off the porch, would not go pee. Oh my God, it was pitiful. But dude, that was hard, man. Why do they have to go to the vet? Because I don't ever want to do that again. They are so smart. Oh my God, I laughed my butt off this morning though with him on the porch. He just so cute. But then after I hooked the leash, he started jumping up and down, and he doesn't have a tail. He has like a dock tail. So when he gets happy and tries to wave his tail at me, he's just shaking his butt back and forth. It's so cute. That situation from the other day where we did the live on Real Talk with Alex, I put the live on private, you guys, because Sleuth's mom took her live down too, right? There were things said in there about heels in the air that were very hurtful. And I felt like I don't want to leave it up because she passed away, and I hadn't been live actually since that news came out. So I do want to, send all my love and support to her family and friends, but I don't want those words to live on here on my channel. So I took that live down, but I still have so many thoughts on some of that stuff, and maybe I'll do another live over there just talking about like true crime, where it's at, what it means, and have some conversations about that, because I have a lot of thoughts. After that live, I joined a panel, and I was asked, why do you support the channels that call out like these bad actors and true crime, that kind of stuff? And after that, I saw a video yesterday of someone talking about Sebastian's mom, and I was just so disgusted, you guys. Like, I want to talk about that. I want to show that. This woman was sitting there yelling at his mom, talking about her having prior abortions in the past, saying, where you at, Katie? I've done more for your son than you. And, I've done more for your son than you probably have your whole life, which this person has done nothing but stream and about the case. It's not like they're out there physically searching or anything like that. How dare these people think that they can do this to people going through this stuff? It's so upsetting. It really is. And then, and I see stuff like that, and I'm like, how do people not understand that calling out this stuff is a good thing? This is ridiculous. And it's at a point where it's like, I don't know. It's just ridiculous. I was absolutely disgusted. Oh, Tess, thank you. My dog hates the vet. Mine too. Daisy went last week. She was not a fan either. Oh, Rambo had to get blood taken too. My dog's tail is like a whip. She hits the back of my knee. It's bad. Aunt Cray and her dog. I'm so gutted about Heels. I'm so sorry, Patricia. I cannot believe that. It is so sad. And then thinking about those things that, oh my God, in that video, like, I'm sure that no one ever imagined that would happen, but it just hurts my heart so much. I don't know. Hey, Music City Mom. What kind of dogs like the vet? Not mine, that's for sure. Hey, Music City Mom. Oh, I think I already said that, but I don't want to miss you, so let me say it again. But yeah, it is so sad. I'm so sorry, you guys. I didn't know her personally, but I had talked to her before. But honestly, her channel, like during Summer's case and all of that stuff with the heels on the ground going down there, and the horrific things that were said about Summer. Like I was saying on Jen's yesterday, her channel and that intro, like it would bring you a little bit of joy in some really dark times. I love, love, love that intro. It is so adorable and precious. I can't even with the clickbait sensationalized videos. True crime involves real people. They aren't fictional characters. I appreciate your approach to true crime. Thank you, Nanine. Yeah, I don't know. It's like I'm seeing things so differently now as I'm evolving as like a person and a creator, and not really sure. Like, I'm not going to stop. I just don't know exactly like what I want to focus on. People were asking, by the way, about Adam Montgomery's jail calls. I did already try to request stuff from the jail, and where he's at, they won't let him go. So, oh, Amber, remind me to show you this video though that I was talking about. Oh my God. I don't know. Like for me, I think the approach that I want to take for true crime are cases like we talked about today that are maybe current, but they're not getting talked about a lot. And then more closed cases or courtroom, things that are in trial and after trial, and phone calls and jail records. Going through the jail records of Letitia was one of the most interesting things like I've ever done. it was so interesting to see everything she was doing in there and getting in trouble with. And yeah, she's like a really rambunctious, hectic ass person, so she got in a lot of trouble. Maybe some people's it wouldn't be as interesting, but I want to do that for other cases. I love that you don't sugarcoat anything. It is what it is. Well, you know, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I got a lot of more thoughts on that kind of stuff, but I think I'll wait and discuss it at another time. We discussed responsible true crime at the end of the Maura Murray stream last night. I truly feel us as viewers have the power to change things too by not supporting people who sensationalize. If y'all didn't see that, it's on my community tab from Melissa Jade's channel. Please go check it out. They did a wonderful job, and I really love all the girls that were up there. And yeah, I'm glad that Melissa told me that was the plan. I fell asleep. I was trying to go back and forth between her and Amber, ATS News, and I fell asleep, so I didn't see the end of it, but I'm glad that you guys did talk about that. Rambunctious is one way of putting it. Well, you know what I mean. She's like in trouble all the time. She's doing shit all the time. So she's chaotic as hell. So her jail files were just freaking fascinating. It's not even about the case at that point. It's more about the criminal. Like I'm very interested in criminal psychology. And another person that you know who's going to be so fascinating to dig through some of that stuff, Koberger, because of his own fascination with that stuff. You know what I mean? I cannot wait until we get more information on that. Patricia said, I was emailing with Heels only the day before. I had no idea she was so unwell. I really love Heels. She was one of my favorite tubers of all. Oh, Patricia, I'm so sorry. I didn't know either. I had no idea. Just like when that was said on that live, you know, that we were reviewing, I didn't have a clue who she was even talking about. It's just sad. Shock it like it's hawk it. Yes, hawk it. MK, sorry I've been missing your lives. I've been going to bed early now that I got old. Yeah, Amber had a great live last night. Oh my God, those voice recordings of NK, they just make you freaking sick. I'm glad I get to sit here and chat with y'all though, just about whatever. What about someone like Jodi Arias? Ooh, Tess. I think that would be interesting as hell too. I'm curious though, isn't she in Arizona? What the laws are in that state, because anyone in Colorado, we know we can get a ton there. So if there's anyone else that's in Colorado, and you know what, since the Suzanne Morphew news came out, I haven't talked about it. I'd like to talk about that sometime. I think that would be a wild ride looking into him. Me too. Corey Richens might be spicy. Yeah, she is. She definitely is. Like, remember her headstands and all this stuff? Oh, God. I think Bendy did a roast on Jodi Arias, actually. Have you guys tried these Juneberry Red Bulls? I'm outside, so I don't think the lighting will be, like, very good where you can see, but let me try. No. Okay. These, it says sea blue on it. Oh my God. They are freaking delicious. It's like a sweet tart, literally like you're drinking a sweet tart. So good. I think she was/has been up to all kinds of stuff while incarcerated. Well, if you guys have any ideas of people we can get their jail files, let me know. And specifically out of Colorado too, just because we know that they have really lax laws and we can get so much. Are they super fizzy? Not too much, but the reason I buy them is because I do not like sucralose. My dad's a chemist. He has a degree in minor in nutrition and a major in chemistry. And he told me that sucralose, which is what a lot of these low sugar, no sugar energy drinks use. And he said that sucralose, they're finding that it actually changes your DNA. So Red Bull only has cane sugar in it. or, regular sugar, not high fructose corn syrup, which I don't like that either. And it doesn't have the fake sugar and stuff. So, it does have a lot of sugar though, but that's why I drink them. Amber, I want to have you on sometime soon to talk about one of these. Letitia is interesting. I should have you on to talk about, like, because your opinions are kind of different than mine as far as how people, like these channels that call out the true crime stuff. And I would love to talk to you about some of that too. I think that is just fascinating. Letitia is interesting for fascinating, not the subject matter, but just the different opinions. Letitia is interesting for so many reasons, and to think that she worms her way into a decent life, but she couldn't maintain the mask. I agree. Ooh, I've seen that one, Kimberly. I haven't tried it. No, Kathy, the Starburst flavored water. Yeah. Oh, Lord, then those channels will attack me. Well, we can talk about something different than a case. But, we could talk about cases that are being, like the video I was just talking about. If you've seen this creator talking to Sebastian's mom like she was, it was unbelievable. She literally was like, where you at? Where you at, lady? I have a problem with you. You ain't speaking up. How come you're doing whatever you want, relax and staying quiet, while I'm out here doing more for your son than you? Here I am out here searching. Like, she started to say searching, and she's like online, showing his face, showing his flyers. They're not even searching. But it's like, how do you know what she's doing? And then bringing up if she had abortions and things like that. I can't help but just be like absolutely mind blown that more people don't have a problem with that. Like, I don't have a problem at all with speculation and stuff like that, but to a degree, not like just completely attacking them and just the wild rumors and stuff. I don't know. It's really interesting to me though. Celsius has sucralose. I only have one a day for my morning wake up, but still, that's bad. I had tried some of those too. I think it was like a kiwi one, but I can send you some other ones that I found on Amazon that are only cane sugar, natural ingredients, energy drinks, none of the mechanical ingredients like sucralose or high fructose corn syrup. Pascal pissed me off, but it's whatever. I think a lot of people were disappointed in him. I never really watched him, so I don't really know too much about it, but I have seen that quite a lot. Bye, MK. Have a good day at work. I guess I'm getting ready to go get the kiddos. But yeah, maybe I'll come back on. I just wanted to sit here and chat with you guys for a little bit at the end. But like I said, if you missed at the beginning, if you're a member, go enter the Mother's Day giveaway I'm having. The next stream, I'll try to remember to show some of the stuff that's going to be in there. Really adorable and cool little things. Some of Nay's wax melts, which are just amazing. I just got a new package. Oh my gosh, there's a green apple pineapple called Just Like Heaven or something like that. Oh my God, it was so good. Wait, what happened to Lynn? I commented so hard. What do you mean? What happened? I need to stop asking questions like that in live streams. But my opinion is we have the First Amendment. I don't agree with everyone's way they run or handle their channel, but if I don't like it, I just don't watch it. I've always been one for freedom of speech, and as long as you're not breaking terms of service, it's YouTube job, not YouTube police. What I don't is trying to get people's channels shut down with, oh, I don't like that either. Oh, her Wi-Fi went down. Okay. No, I don't think you should be mass reporting anything, but I do think that it's okay to have the conversations about how we feel about that stuff and how we can do better, especially when you read things like, hold on, let me read to you this real quick. From Maura, Tess sent me this, and this is Maura Murray's family, and talking about how they were treated when they had a missing loved one. And hold on, let me see. This So I do think it's okay to have the conversations. I don't think that anybody should be attacking people's personal lives, even talking about their personal lives, their families, their homes, anything like that. I think it should just strictly be about the content. And I think no reporting and all that stuff, unless what they're doing is wrong and against terms of service. Like if someone's attacking or harassing you or something like that, then sure. But okay, so they said, this says, how do you engage with empathy? The internet can be a dark and dangerous place, especially for the vulnerable. Take my family, for instance, private citizens whose deeply personal struggles and trauma exploited online without context and without consent. Struggles with addiction, mental health, personal relationships, private matters made public simply because our loved one went missing. The ripple effect of this type of exploitation has no bounds and is everlasting. My late sister, Kathleen, was deeply ashamed and embarrassed when her struggles with addiction were flippantly used as internet fodder. True crime content. It exacerbated her problem, sending her deeper into a dark abyss. Let me pause right there and say this, because a lot of people will say, you know, you could make these creators depressed or whatever. And it's like, well, you can also send the families on a spiral, really. Some of the tweets and blog posts were taken down years later, but the damage done to Kathleen can never be deleted. My eyes fill up with tears when I think about it. I stood by her bedside when she passed, thinking how Kathleen would go to her grave not ever knowing Maura's fate, and I would go to mine never fully knowing the deep sense of shame and immeasurable harm that came as the result of her private struggles made public by strangers and true crime enthusiasts. As a true crime consumer, you can help change this disturbing trend and prevent what happened to Kathleen from happening to other family members who want nothing more than to find their missing loved one. I encourage consumers to vote with their clicks and engagement online, keeping the motto, engage with empathy, as your guiding light. I don't think true crime should be gone or anything, but I do think it's okay to talk about that stuff just because of like that post. Came on late today and shut down immediately until Monday. Definitely okay to have the conversations. Well, Music City Mom, you reach out. I'll just reach out to me if you ever do need, and I'll reach out to her. Hey, Tell the Truth. Yeah, I know what you mean, Teacup. Well, sending love and hugs to her because I just adore her. I'm all for everyone having their own opinions. Just keep it clean and don't try to take people's channels. There's literally call out channels that will go on Patreon to discuss when they report. Oh no, I don't like that. Everyone's entitled to their opinion as long as they're not hurting the victims and their families. Oh, okay. Yeah, we don't know things like the way the community functions or the behaviors in normal everyday life. Bias is built in all of us naturally. It absolutely is. All right, you guys, I don't know, just something interesting to think about. But I'm going to go get my kiddos from school. Thank you for hanging out with me and listening to this. I really do appreciate it, especially because I don't know if the trials are on right now, but many of you guys are watching them. So I just appreciate you being here. Lynn mentioned she doesn't deal with death very well. I get that. When people I know pass, it shakes up my world. Death is the worst thing to go through. It is so hard. The pain that comes along with losing a loved one or losing someone you care about, there is nothing like it. And it doesn't go away. And I don't know, I'm still grieving myself, and the summertime is really hard. Just like the summertime approaching, because we spent a lot of time together in the summertime. So I don't know, my cousin and I who passed last year. So I can understand that because it's just really hard to deal with. It just is. But anyways, I love and appreciate you guys. Don't say kiddos. Why, nay? Yeah, I hope you guys have a good day. Thank you for everything, and I'll talk to you soon. Oh, Kathy, you are so loved. All you guys, I love and appreciate you, and thank you for your support and kindness and all that stuff. It means a lot, especially when times are kind of hectic and tough. So anyways, Kay's ass. Sorry. All right, you guys, I will talk to you soon. And yeah, I better end it because I'll never end it. I could say goodbye for like 30 minutes. Okay, bye.